Now we're going to turn our attention to the draft and the various mock drafts. As we take a look at a number of different mock drafts, let's take a look at who projects the Browns to take whom in this draft. Mel Kiper has them taking a linebacker, Zaven Collins from Tulsa. Chris Trapasso from CBS Sports has them taking an edge rusher, Basham from Wake Forest. Kwity Paye is who Sports Illustrated's Zach Patra has them taking, and that has they have the Browns trading up to 14 to get Paye from Michigan. Brugler has them taking an edge rusher from Penn State, and Zach Jackson from The Athletic has them taking a cornerback from Northwestern. Let's bring back in Browns beat reporter for cleveland.com as well as in the Plain Dealer. Dan, everybody seems to think defense. I don't think it's any big secret. The question is, where do you think the Browns will attack? Well, which level of the defense, and how dependent is it on what they do in free agency? Is that going to tip their hand, do you think?
I think we'll have a kind of an idea of what they might do based on free agency, but I think one of the things to remember from last year is they sort of doubled up in a lot of ways. So, they went out and they signed Jack Conklin to play right tackle, and then they drafted Jedrick Wills to play left tackle. Even more doubling up, they signed a couple safeties on one-year deals, but then they drafted Grant Delpit, spent a bunch of money on Austin Hooper, but they drafted a tight end later. I don't think they're afraid to kind of double up in the draft and in free agency. The thing that stands out to me there is, even in the case of Zaven Collins, who's listed as a linebacker, I think if the Browns drafted him, they would view him more as a defensive end, sort of a slash edge rusher sort of guy. I don't know that they view him necessarily as a linebacker. So when you look at that list, outside of Zach, who picked a corner, and that's the other position I would kind of keep an eye on, you're looking at edge rushers, you're looking at pass rushers, defensive ends. And again, even with Collins, even though they list him as a linebacker, I think they would view him more as an end. And I think that's where they're going to go, either cornerback or end in that first round.